Hello, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. And it is yet another hot, sunny summer day in August, which is kind of stupid on my part because yesterday my camera melted. Not literally, but it shut down and wouldn't make the other half of the video, so I'm sorry you're going to miss that. You might see the 10 by 20 I made at some point in time. Anyway, so here we are with about 19 minutes left, and I wanted to share some information with you guys. I don't know if this was 2 or 3 different videos, but it's not met my expectations. I got a big brown streak in there, so sometime in the future I'll be fixing that, and that can go away for now. Just had to tease you a little, and I'm hoping that I can fix it. This is packaging. This is packaging from God knows what. Cookies, I think. Anyway, packaging and edge catchers are made from the same stuff. So go through your neighbor's trash and see what you can find. That's how I started. I walked the dog and, oh look, there's something I can use there. Drag that sucker home. Anyway, so I'm a little giddy today, and I'm hoping that that bodes well. And we're expecting a big storm, which all of you seem to like a lot, so maybe that'll be lucky for us. In the meantime, I have around here, right here, I have a 16 by 20 canvas. And because I have to do everything in 20 minutes, I really just want to try and attempt to do something fast. And the last thing out is the first thing in. And I'm going to do ring pour. And I have seldom, if ever, tried to start with gold. But I think that's as good a place to start as any. And I've decided that the more obnoxious, the better. Go figure. On a day like this. And we kind of find out as we go along what sinks and what stays. But I picked out a bunch of colors in advance, and I wasn't sure what I would be able to force myself to use or not use. And that's pretty typical of me. So I'm going to put my caps in a bottle, and I'm going to keep trying to use gold in between. But I'd like to use less as opposed to more. And I do want some white in there, but I'm not sure how that's going to fit in there. And I hope I shook that. I shook everything. I keep all my paints pre-mixed in squeeze bottles now, and that means that if you want to keep them that way, that you must shake them. And in order to shake them efficiently, you should add marbles. I'm liking my obnoxious color choices so far. I think they're kind of fun. I'm excited to do something that doesn't bum me out. I had a few black days where a couple of different artworks on large canvases sort of disappointed me, to say the least, and you will probably see them at some point in time, considering that I can't paint as much as I want to in this summer heat right now. Heats my camera up, like I said, and I don't want to go inside because I have an allergic reaction to Floetrol when it's heated. I'm going to add some white. I might add some black. Let's see what happens. What else do I want to add in there? I don't know how this is going to turn out, but so far we haven't been particularly unlucky with our ring pours. They've been okay, and in some cases better than okay. So I'm just going to keep, and what I want to see is that gold. So I'm going to be self-indulgent because that seems to be the best way it works for me. And hopefully I'm centering my rings in such a way so that I can get them out of the cup. I don't think I need as much paint as I've had before, but I suspect no matter what I do, I'll have more paint than I know what to do with. So I will just take my camera at the end of this and go put it in a nice cool room and wait the 20 minutes for it to cool down before I try and do anything again. In the meantime, we're going to try and be as fast as possible. And I have frozen things wrapped in kitchen cloths, and I'm going to put one of those around my camera and hope it doesn't do us any damage. It may cast a shadow on the artwork. Okay, so I didn't think this completely through. I'm going to put my measuring cup aside for a second, and I am going to show you my favorite, or one of my favorite tools. And because white is a catalyst, and when Floetrol is mixed in it instead of pouring medium, as a pouring medium, it creates cells. You should expect, when you use Floetrol as a pouring medium, added to your acrylic paint, that you will probably get cells. But in the meantime, I'm going to use my OXO or OXO omelet turning spatula, available on my Amazon link just below the video where it says show more, or above show more. Actually, it's probably the first thing you see, but well worth every invested penny in one of those, because nothing spreads paint better or smoother or more effectively than one of these. And buy the large one, it's cheaper anyway. I like the bigger one better. And I have glasses right here. I am prepared today somewhat. To be successful, I am. I have not necessarily had this good luck lately, so it's just been too hot, and believing so has made it very, very difficult. But we are going to do this now. I am completely covered. I have not covered the edges. I don't mind not being covered on the edges because it gives me something to hold on to. I'm not up on pins or hooks or anything on the back of my canvas because I'm on a rotating Lazy Susan with a tile that's 16 by 20 on top. 16 by 16 on top. So now we have our gorgeous colors. Do I want to do anything to them right at the moment? Maybe I do. You knew that was coming, didn't you? I've got this gorgeous handshaken red-orange. I think I'm going to separate it out. I don't know if you can see that, by some more gold right there. I never used my red and I kind of wanted to. And I'm going to finish with black. I don't know why. Because it's the first out. And I think I'm beginning to think in ring pour. I don't know for sure. I seldom, if ever, just do this in the center. And I'm not absolutely convinced that that's what I want to do here, but I love my color choices. I need something quick. This can't be 40 minutes or two sessions or 2 stages or anything like that. I love my colors. It might be more paint than I'm used to allowing myself to use, but I'm kind of okay with that right now because pickings are getting slim, and the videos you're watching are a lot of stuff that I thought was second string. Given enough time, which reminds me, don't judge your work too harshly. Go away and come back. Because lots of the things that I haven't necessarily loved to begin with are some of my favorite things now. So, we've discussed this, if you've been here before, that I am not a slow tipper. I wish I had finished with purple. That is my favorite folk art neon multi-surface acrylic. And we have a goodly amount of time. We have still got just under 12 minutes left. And I'm going to try and do my best to tip slowly, although I'm not entirely sure why my center is all the way on the right hand side of my canvas. Because I'm right-handed? I don't know. Anyway, pretty colors, iridescent colors. I'm a big fan of oil slicks. That's what I like about puddles. I like to see them all shimmery, and those are the colors I like too. Obviously, if you've looked at my work a lot of times, you'll see those colors in there. I have not always been the biggest fan of ring pours because they seem kind of conventional, but there is a skill level involved. I'm very tempted to use an edge catcher. An edge catcher is just a sheet of plastic like I showed you at the beginning. It doesn't have to be the size of your canvas. It's nice if it is. The 16 by 20 plastic sheets that come as protective layer inside the 16 by 20 canvas bulk packs from Michaels, go back where you belong, are cut downable, trimmable, shapeable. You can pick, you know, the kind of shape and size you want. Or you can find that paint is going over just one part and put your edge catcher on that part and not worry so much. I'm going to get what I'm going to get, but I think I'm going to use my somewhat attractive, but not completely done yet, edge catcher and try not to stick my finger in the paint. Actually, it's just white paint, so I'm not going to worry about it yet. And I'm going to put it right here on the edge, and I'm going to tip and see if I can still slow tip without losing a tremendous amount of paint. I haven't really tried that. I've just gone for it and been belligerent. And that has its place in my life for sure, but I'm not sure that this is it. I'm going to move my hand down. If I make it look easy, it's not. Oh no, I lost some color. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my edge catcher over to where that color came off, and I'm going to squeeze it. Oop, squeeze it all down that way because I can. And then as it pools, I'm just going to let it very slowly. Well, and slide it. Yep, very slowly. Okay. It did what it wanted. We have a little tiny bit of paint left in my container, and I wish that I had a way to cover, or the experience I should say, because I'm not the most fabulous at this. Pretty good colors. I like what I've got so far. See, I'm just going to use this little part of this and attempt to stop the paint a little higher and let everything tip down toward that corner. Whoop. Okay. Yup. Cluster. I can introduce you to my Princeton Catalyst spatulas like this. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. And I'm going to take that little bit of ring that I see right there that looks like agate, and I'm going to put it right on that corner because I don't want to tip toward that corner anymore. And I think that's so pretty, it's really tempting to just say, hey, look at that beautiful negative space, and let's go for that. But I am going to continue on my way and attempt to be a real girl. No, a ring pour artist. Geppetto. Sorry, I'm losing my stuff again. It's warm out here. I don't want any of that going over the edge. I really don't. But that may be a tall order. And I have, even though it has holes in it, don't use these, by the way, unless you're a true expert at this. And even then, you're probably not being very smart, which is, but it's what's handy right now without me searching and waiting a whole lot more time. And I want this to come over to this side right now while I can. And I could, in theory, yes I can, let all of that go back over and recenter itself down this way. And I can use what's on there to cover the edge. Whoa, don't want to do that. I'm going to be cleaning my tile after this gig is over, I can tell. But I'm going to continue to make a mess. I'm going to squeeze that back on again. And I'm going to clean myself after this too. I am going to do the same thing I just did and take my pretty stripes that are not as striped as they could be, and I'm going to put them back on there from the edge catcher. And I might take a moment to get that wet towel. I keep a wet rag handy for just moments such as this. And I found recently when I cut the legs off my sweatshirt pants, or sweatpants, yeah, I'm not right now, that they make a really good towel. I am not that interested in seeing much change about that, to tell you the truth. I'm liking it so much. It seems like a risk worth taking. I'm going to wash the paint off my hands. I would love to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something. When you get a bucket of water and you're doing this anywhere, buy yourself one of these, because it takes the paint off everything, including your skin, if you're gentle, without removing your skin. That's nice. Also the edges of your canvas, you can give it a bit of a wipe down. I like to, because I work not on pins. I am not convinced that this should have any changes made to it. I think it's just absolutely beautiful the way it is, and that's kind of a surprise. But I have that other paint. Oh, we're setting up too. Wow. Alright, so what am I going to do? I am going to do it again. I am going to bring my edge catcher over here and try and find a clean spot so I'm not adding anything miscellaneous. You need to make sure you're doing this in the direction you want it to go. And I'm loving the pooling effect. Not as much control, or any, because I'm not used to doing this. Really, it takes a while, in my opinion, to get good at this. And sometimes you're just lucky. I would like that to go back down there, but I think in order to do that, I'm going to have to tip everything over. I'm going to have to say a prayer to my muse. I am going to pull out, as long as I can see it, my medical tubing, which I do not put paint into, but I blow paint with. And now, since that worked so well, I'm going to try my bamboo skewer. And I'm going to stay on the surface because I know that I will drag white paint from below up with the skewer if I'm not careful. I am thinking, try not to hurt myself, that I would love to have more of that turquoise come over to this side. Very tempted to pull it all back down because I love the spread it's doing. I don't really want to drip any off, but I already have, so too late for that. Yeah, I know, I probably didn't need to do that. But you get what you get. Work with what you get. I may run out of time. I got 3 minutes left. If you guys want to help me keep making videos, I will continue to try and make videos. I'm trying to make my studio a success. We're going to lose $1,600 in October a month income here, and I don't have any income. So if you want to help me keep making videos, look for the Patreon link, a monthly subscription, and the PayPal link, and any whatever you want subscription, donation, contribution. You'll keep me working. And the links are in the description below the video, and also there's an icon on the header on my YouTube page. And shopping on my Amazon link is a benefit to both of us. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out quite a bit. I am very tempted to go ahead and find the turquoise metallic, whoops, just drop the top, and put it along this edge. It may be not an experiment it works, but I think it will. I think it will draw paint down there, and I think if I like it, I'm adding purple. But I really don't want that white line in there. So I'm going to try and camouflage it a little bit. I like that. I'm going to let that go, she said optimistically. I think once we get a bunch down there, we can tip it back. That is my desire. I think I needed more. I think that's totally gorgeous colors, but mostly on that edge. So now what I want to do is let it go back again. And I think, note to self, put a big hunk of freezer paper out, and I had one here the other day. Not sure where it is right now. And there is a mass of paint floating around in the center of that, and you can move your pattern to a degree. Yes, she is. She's adding color. Very carefully and very gently. And then spiraling it. Because that's my thing. It may be right, it may be wrong, but it's worth a try right now. And I'm going to do that all the way around this edge. I used to drag little tendrils out, and I'm kind of thinking that I like that idea. I got some interesting color combinations. I like that. I'm happy with that. That's an improvement in my mind. And because it's on white paint, even though this neon folk art, and we have like a half a minute left, even though it dries darker a lot of times, I believe because it's on the white paint, I have an excellent chance of it not. I still have to, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Okay, well, we're okay. I'm going to turn the timer off and say, this is Priscilla in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in 90+ degree heat, wearing something frozen around her neck, saying, I'm glad you stopped by, and thank you all for the contributions. Those of you who have helped me already, I super appreciate it. And I'm going to use the torch on this in a minute, and I don't think I'm going to go all the way to the end, so you don't need to see that. You're not missing anything. I do have another color. Quick, quick, quick! Be quick! And I want to put it over here. Ooh, that's very dark. That's the Prussian blue, and that doesn't bother me a bit. And I would be tempted